see, a lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people don't talk about the mind game that we play when we're in trucking, the fatigue that we deal with, the people cutting us off, like, you know, every single minute, like arguing with your wife or somebody while you're trying to deliver a load, being looked down on, you know, by a shipper. Like, you walk into the shipping office and all of a sudden, wagwan everybody, welcome back to the channel, man. And I'm not even gonna hold you on this video. I'm just gonna jump right into it, all right? Because I already know why you're here. Real quick though, I do want to say thank you for everybody who has been supporting this channel. Thank you guys so much for the comment. I wish I could reply back to every single person that has been, you know, just dropping support on my channel. But if you are watching, listen, I really appreciate you, because I didn't think that this channel would go anywhere. But y'all are here, y'all are soaking up the game, and for that I'm gonna keep delivering. Now listen guys, truckers are going to lie, okay? That was my problem on my early start. Truckers are gonna lie. You're gonna find more truckers lying because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be on child support. It's embarrassing to be borrowing money from people to pay for your truck to get out the shop. It's embarrassing to not be able to get your truck out the shop. It's embarrassing for you to have your authority and then you can't afford it, so you give it up and you start leasing to someone else, you know what I'm saying, it's someone else's authority. It's embarrassing to go from an owner operator to go back to being a truck driver, and people don't like to deal with those embarrassing things, you know what I'm saying? People don't want to deal with that, guys. So here is the thing, right? I don't care about embarrassment. I've went through most of these things that I'm telling you. I went from an owner operator to going back to a company driver. I've made a ton of different decisions in trucking, but the one thing I remain to do is simply keep it real, because you guys are trying to follow, you know, our footsteps, like the new drivers I'm talking about. And if you wonder, okay, how long have you been here? I've been in the industry since 2017. That's when I first got my CDL. I didn't come here as a pandemic truck driver, or I didn't hear about trucking through the internet. A lot of people feel like, you know, the internet is killing trucking. Listen, I beg to disagree with you, okay? I feel like more people find out about trucking through word of mouth. I feel like people that work in a warehouse, they talk to truck drivers a whole lot, and they decided like, hey, I'm gonna go from a warehouse to getting my CDLs. I've seen it. I feel like people have a lot of family members that's in trucking, and because they see what type of money they make, they hear about what type of money they make, they decide to hop in the trucking industry themselves. I'm sorry, I'm not a advocate to believe that the reason why the trucking industry is so bad is because somebody's making a YouTube or somebody's making some type of Instagram video. I don't think people are naive enough to see an opportunity like trucking, something that they don't know nothing about, and see a video with some guy flashing money or even lying and decide to say, well, I'm just gonna hop into it because I seen a couple videos. No, 9 times out of 10, and please correct me if I'm wrong, okay? If you're watching this video and you're a truck driver and you're like newer, like you like last 2 years, comment down below, why did you start? Was it family, word of mouth, right? All the same thing, family and word of mouth. Or were you watching it on Instagram and you decided, well, I'm gonna hop in, I don't know nobody that does it, but this Instagram video got me convinced. Let's just be real, guys. And I don't even want to go too deep into that, guys. I really don't, okay? The point of this video is that you guys got to avoid the lies, man. I had people commenting on my last video, hey, don't listen to this guy, you know, the money is not in local. Listen, I never said the money was only in local and there's no way you can make any other money. That is not my message. My message is that you can make money locally. That is my only message. You can make money locally, guys. Don't believe that you have to leave your family. Don't believe that you have to leave your nice apartment. You can't drive your car every day, and because you're a truck driver, you got to be locked away for 3 weeks at a time. That is absolutely not true. And I'm going to give you a little test. I'm going to give you a little survey to do, a little homework that you can do to find out if the things that I'm sharing with you on this channel are 100% legit. And I'm sorry if my background is dark, guys. It is early morning out here. I'm outside. I have to drop this video because it is so important. Looks like I'm getting some light right here, but I have to drop this video, guys, because it is so important. But the main thing is that I want you to do to run a simple test to find out if what I'm saying makes sense or not is that You guys need to start talking to truck drivers that you see on the job real time. So let's just say, for example, you're at a grocery store and you see a truck driver, backing up to the dock or whatever the case may be. Stop that guy and say, hey man, how much do you make? What do you do? Let's just say you're at a gas station and somebody's pulling up, loading up the refrigerator. Hey man, what do you make? I don't care where you are. The real information are coming from these people who you catch on the go, okay? You catch them on the go, and that is how I landed opportunity. It was people that I saw doing things, trucking that I didn't understand. I've always said, guys, trucking is a whole bunch of different industries in one. It's not just, trucking doesn't mean just one thing, all right? You got dry van, hot shot, you have flatbed, you got oversized, you got multi-stop freight where you got 10 different stops on one truck. Like, it's all LTL, and it is so much that I can't put it all in this one video, man. And I hope it doesn't sound like I'm rambling. I hope it sounds like I'm being coherent, because none of these videos are scripted. As always, I'm coming from the heart. I'm just speaking straight, and I don't care to write a script. I'm not making this channel to make things sound good and just be perfect and all that. I'm not even editing this video, to be honest with you. So if I mess up, guess what? You just caught me on camera. You caught me in 10K messing up. That's just what it's gonna be. But in all honesty, if you want to find out if truck drivers are lying or not, or if the things that I'm saying is valid to you, the next time you are somewhere and you see somebody running something that you don't understand, stop them and ask them. And I'm not saying that they're gonna be 100% with you. I don't know, but 9 times out of 10, if you stop a guy and you're sincere, like, hey man, I'm looking to get my CDL, I'm just needing information, I see you working, I see you doing, what is this that I'm looking at? That is how I found out about opportunity. Matter of fact, I found out about this Penske gig, and I think the guy was making $150,000 a year running locally. He was doing a Starbucks run, okay? I was at Starbucks, and I don't drink coffee, well, I do drink coffee, but I'm not a Starbucks guy, you know what I'm saying? I just happened to be by Starbucks. My wife was getting coffee and everything, and then I saw this guy offloading some food and packages for Starbucks. So I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, what is he doing? So I went up to him, I said, hey man, I'm just looking for information, I'm a truck driver, I got my own business, and I vlog and different things like that. Would you mind just telling me a little bit about what you do? The guy was like, yeah, I just got this job. I am an owner operator too, and I'm making $150,000 a year. Now, I thought the guy was just making it up, to be honest with you. I seriously thought he was making it up. So what I did was I went online, I made a video, and I shared it with everybody, and just so happened people said the guy wasn't lying. He really makes that type of money. Some people even commented that they even know this guy, okay? So that is how you find out the good information. My phone is just going off right now. That is how you find out the good information. And yes, I do believe 100% that one of the biggest issues we have in trucking is that people lie. They lie out of embarrassment, okay? A lot of people in the trucking industry, guys, are on child support. Let's just start with that one. A lot of men, and I don't say that to down you if you're on if you're watching this video on child support, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm not saying, hey man, you're a bad person, you're on child support, you should be embarrassed. No, it can happen to anybody. Nobody is just just not a target, right? It's free game. It can happen. My point is this: guys have a lot going on. Some are on child support, some are going through bankruptcy, and they don't want you to know that, right? So they blame the trucking industry. They say, oh, I'm broke, I'm not making no money. Trucking is this, trucking is that. But nobody's really going to tell you their true situation. Nobody's really going to tell you, hey, I had 2 properties and, I got into a divorce and I was losing one and I had to start all over again. I went from having 5 trucks to, literally downsizing and becoming an owner operator. A driver, a company driver again. These are not motivational, uplifting story. So nobody wants to show you the struggle. They want to show you the end game. They want to show you that nice car. You know what I'm saying? They don't really, people don't want you to see the worst of them, which is understandable. You don't go outside looking your worst every day. You don't show up somewhere you know, in your worst attire, somebody invited you, of course you want to look your best. But that's the problem. You know, there's a lot happening to people inside of the industry, but they don't want you to know those things because it is simply just outright embarrassing, guys. So it's okay. It's okay. I'll share my story with you. I was going through a tough time, and I parked my truck and I decided to go drive for a local company for a while. It was a great company. I was making $30 an hour. And if you want me to make a video on that company, I'll make the video, right? So it was a great experience. I worked there for like 6 months, and I was like, yo, I can't believe I'm a company driver again. This is something brand new to me. But I was still making videos. I still felt confident because I was still on my journey. I still had my authority and everything like that. But I just needed a break from having, you know, my own truck on the road. I was tired of fighting for freight and different things like that. And I just wanted to bring in, you know, $1,300-$1,400 a week consistently to pay my bills and all of that. That's what I wanted to do. So I went and did it. So the point, what's up, Derek? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The point is very simple, guys. Quiet, Grace. Dogs barking, neighbors out. The point is very simple, guys. You know, we go through cycles in trucking. You know, things are up, things are down, but we got to definitely be a little bit more transparent, a little bit more honest, because there's so many people coming behind us to try to get it right, to try to do differently, to try to make money and different things like that. So it's better to be honest, but hey, we're in a world where everybody is putting on like everything is okay all the time. So my little test for you on this video, guys, is if you want to know the truth, just stop people in the streets that you see doing things and just question them and just simply ask them. All right, our dog is going crazy right now. Just simply stop them and ask them, and that's how you'll know if people are making it up. That's exactly how you would know, because that is my strategy. I don't just research stuff online. Google has been wrong about trucking for the last 10 years. Nothing on Google is actually accurate, and it's super crazy. Maybe you can go to Reddit and read a few articles and get some good information, but when it comes to finding like just tangible things you can use and it's gonna make a difference for you, it doesn't work like that when you're talking about Google. All right, so you gotta meet people, and that's the best place to really find out what's going on, is in the streets, in the heat of the moment. You see a guy working, stop a guy and grab information, man. So I just kind of wanted to double back on the last video, because I did have some people in the comment section saying that the money is not in local, this guy's lying. Let me explain something to you, okay? Don't take what I'm putting out as the money is in local and you need to go be a local truck driver. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that you don't have to be trapped out on the road as a OTR truck driver, and you can make great money, if not just as much as an OTR driver being a local driver. You just got to dig for it. And I've never said that it was easy. I never said that it was easy. It is actually a little bit harder, and that is why people don't want to do it, because it's non-stop. You're working 14-hour shifts non-stop. You're not getting a long, when you take your 10-hour break, that means you're going home. And when you're going home to family. You may have to cook, clean, whatever the case may be. So your days are a lot more harder. So guys really don't want to do this. But I've seen so many people living good off of lumber. Guys can make $5,000 a week as an owner operator off of lumber and be content with that. They're getting off at 5, 6 o'clock. I've seen guys hauling trash, getting off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, going home. You know, they may work long hours, but they're content with it because they don't want to be out on the road. And that is my point, guys. You can make a living like that. But if you opt out of that to say, well, it only exists in OTR, that's my problem. That's my problem. It doesn't. I've done it since 2018. I never went out on the road. I quit OTR after 1 month of driving. I called my dispatch and I said, yo, I quit. I can't handle it. This is not for me. I don't like what I'm experiencing. Call it what you want, okay? Call it what you want. But I felt like when I went out there, you know, it was way too much. Like, it was just too, going over all these mountains, going so far. You know, I had never left my state like years before I decided to hop in the truck. So to go out from Atlanta to go to Kentucky and try to make it back and try to have a balanced lifestyle, to me, it was just kind of crazy. But this is the sacrifice that people make, and I want to let you guys know that I respect your sacrifice. Trust me, I respect it. Nobody respects your sacrifice more than me, because I never make it seem like OTR drivers are just like, these guys suck. All right, these guys make the country go around. If somebody's bringing a load from Florida to California, we need the food, we need the supply. So I appreciate what we do collectively, but what I don't appreciate is lying and making it seem like guys cannot go home. That's my problem. Why are we telling truck drivers you can only have a career OTR? I literally seen one of my friends go through depression because he could not have a work balanced lifestyle. He felt like trucking was way too difficult for him. But the difference was he was trapped in a situation where he could not get home on time. And I kept telling him, like, hey man, just find you a local job. But he got to the point where he quit truck driving because he was like, yo, I hate it. I'm more angry than I used to be, dealing with the traffic. See, a lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people don't talk about the mind game that we play when we're in trucking, the fatigue that we deal with, the people cutting us off, like, every single minute, like arguing with your wife or somebody while you're trying to deliver a load, being looked down on, by a shipper. Like, you walk into the shipping office and all of a sudden, you're getting an attitude. You just drove 4 or 5 hours and you want to get checked in, but the girl at the desk is not even paying you no attention, or disrespecting you by saying, hey, stand over there, don't stand in front of my desk, whatever. Like, truck drivers go through a lot of mental battles to just deliver freight, man. It's really tough. So, take all that into consideration, guys. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. If you know about an opportunity, drop an opportunity. You got my permission. If you know about any opportunity, drop it down in the comment section, and I will be first, guys. If you want to go to a great company that will pay you good, you'll have a great work balance lifestyle, you can go to H&E Equipment. If you go to any of these local equipment places, you can get a good local job, and you don't need 2 years of experience. I think you can get in with 1 year of experience. And if I'm wrong, come back and tell me, like, yo, Winston, it's actually 2 years. Fine. I don't have an issue with that. I'm not looking at the application. I'm just throwing information out that I really, really do know. But guys, if you stuck around to the end of this video, you would have got that little nugget. You would have got that little gem that I just dropped. And I appreciate you. And guess what? I'm going to see you on the next video. Yeah, man.